Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano, and this is another episode of the world famous, the Universal Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I would just call this show Online Marketing Moves. And I am very happy to be with you today, ladies and gents. Today, we are going to talk about creating. Today, we are going to talk about creating the system, and we are going to talk about why you should not try to do everything in your business, in your line of work. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have been re-listening to this book about Walt Disney. It's a very good book, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend it. But the thing in the book that's, is that I want to hit on today. It's about how Walt Disney, he built up the Disney name, and he got the cartoon started, and he was very much hands on in the beginning. He was there day and night building it, and then when it grew, he grew enough. Walt Disney was able to start putting his eye on other things. He wanted to get into TV. He wanted to build the Disneyland park. And so eventually he just left the majority of the cartoons, the majority of the movies. He left that to somebody else, and he would come and he would oversee, he would take a look at it. And when you want to develop a business, when you want to create a business, no matter who you are, no matter how big it is, how big it gets, no matter how small it might be, no matter how, the thing is, you want, in the beginning, you might have to be everything. You might have to do the filming. You might have to do the editing. You might have to do the uploading. You might have to do everything that is in your power to create the content. But eventually, in order for you to grow, in order for you to really get a step back and to be able to, because the thing about being creative, the thing about setting up a business is you need time to think about what's the next step. You do need time to think about, what can we do? And, you do need rest, and you do need to get away sometimes, And so, and you still want to be able to create, produce, do all that stuff, make the money, and be able to have somewhat of a life. And so, that being said, the most important thing you can do is set up a system. Figure out what system you want to set up, how you want to set it up. Get people that you trust. No matter if you don't have to know everybody. It doesn't have to be people that you know personally. It could be somebody you start working with, and you say, okay, this guy and this girl, they're good at what they do, and I can trust them to edit my videos. I can trust them to edit my podcast. I can trust them to do this and do that. And then you come back and you say, hey, let me, before you put something out, you might want to say, hey, send me that finished product. Let me take a look at it real quick. And then you look at it, you like it, you ship it out, Or if you have somebody, you don't want to be on Facebook all day, but you got good, that, hey, if you do something that requires, hey, I need to be on social media, and you want to go on Facebook, and you say, you hire somebody you can hire a group, you can hire a company, you can hire one person to be in charge of your Facebook page, and then they see the comments, they take up the comments, you tell them, hey, I want this uploaded, I want them to come to this point, because the most important thing of any business is a lead. You want to lead, and the more leads you can get, the better off you will be. So, if Facebook is a great place for you to get leads, then go to Facebook, get leads. But you don't want to spend all day on Facebook, so you find somebody who likes that stuff, who wants to do that stuff. You find them, you pay them, and then they do it. You might start out doing it, but then eventually, because you want to step away because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Sometimes we get caught up in the essence of just working and working and working, and you get excited and you're like, "Hey, I'm doing it, I'm doing it, I'm doing it," and then you realize I'm just doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, because the beautiful thing about entrepreneurship is you get to call the shots. The worst thing about entrepreneurship is it can become just like a job, except for you are in charge of your own job, and that's defeats the purpose. You want to be able to go on the fishing trip. You want to be able to take a week off and go to the beach. You want to be able to take a couple of days off. Sometimes you just might want to lay. And there might be one day where you just want to lay in bed. You just want to lay in bed. Now, I'm very serious about this. There might be one day you just want to lay in bed, and you might want to just say, you know what, today I'm going to just watch. I'm just going to watch a series of movies. Let's say you are into Rocky, and one day you just say, I want to watch all 6 Rocky movies. I'm going to do that today. You just want to do that. You can do that and still be running a business, okay? And so you want to create a system that can work for you. You want to be able to create a system that you can step away from, that you can come back. And it's still generating money. It's still generating leads. You're still doing the things that you need to do. It's still producing, income. It's still producing content. You want to get to that level, It doesn't take a long time, but you have to remember, hey, I want to create a system. Now, some people are going to say, I want to do everything myself. Listen, I like recording. I love to record. Recording to me this is the most fun part about podcasting. Recording, I can record, I can talk to you. I can find a subject, I can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, talk and talk. I like it. I love it. I've grown to love I love podcasting. I love creating content. I love this part. The part that I do not enjoy at all. The part that I'm like, I gotta get this, is trying to figure out a title, trying to jot down something to put in the subtitle, remembering, hey, tell people about the email, tell people about this, tell people about that. I have a hard time remembering that stuff, Once I'm done with the podcast, once I'm done recording, I'm like, whew, that's the end. But then it's like, I gotta do that. And there was one day, I remember, I recorded, and then I thought to myself, man, have I uploaded the episode? And I went back, it was like 8 hours later. Still not uploaded. And I was like, oh man, it was very annoying. It was very it was very annoying. It was very it was very frustrating, but those are the breaks, And so I'm definitely going to get that, I've written that down this weekend as a goal, you know, before September, to just have somebody else do all the uploading, the this, that, and the other, because I have other podcast ideas and I want to do that. I don't want to just have to focus on doing the whole kit and caboodle, So if you have 3 or 4 different podcasts, there's gonna be 3 or 4 different things. I don't want to do all that myself, So that's the goal. But you want to create a system that you can. You want to create a system that you can step away from. It's making money. You're still rocking and rolling, and everything's beautiful. So keep that in mind. Don't forget that part. You some of you will get caught up in the wonderful world of entrepreneurship. It's a beautiful thing, trust me. I like it. I love it. It's beautiful. But then sometimes you wake up and you're like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, You're going to sleep. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, You might be spending time with your kid. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, It's like, hey, You create a system. You don't have to worry. You still have to worry, but you don't have to worry about it as much because you know things are aligned. Things are working for you. Okay? So, hey, it's like a car. You want to be the engine. You can be the engine, and then you have somebody driving it. You have the tires. Somebody else be the tires. You can't be the whole car. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, that is it. We will be back tomorrow with all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Thank you for listening. God bless. Oh yeah. Email me, Tony at TonyResono.com, and we will be back tomorrow with all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, peace.